Mrs. Mueller, and here's a quick lesson on how to use the columns method of division. This might be a strategy that you are not familiar with, but I like it a lot and I use it with the students all the time in my class. I am learning to divide a 4-digit dividend by a 1-digit divisor using the columns method. So remember that the dividend is the number that's inside of this box and the divisor is the number that's outside the box. We have 8,321 Takis, and we're going to share them with 5 different people. I wouldn't share the Takis, but your students usually do. So this is how we use the columns method in division. We'll know you've learned it when it makes sense, and we can check it with multiplication, which we will do at the end. So the first thing we do is we put the dividend inside of this box. We put the divisor next door. Remember, this is the total number of items that you have, and these are the groups that you're going to divide them into. Your quotient or your answer will be the number of items in each of those groups. Remember, in division, we're trying to divide things equally. Sometimes there is a remainder or something that is left over. Because our divisor is 5, our groups are 5, there will be a remainder in this problem because this number ends with a 1, and 5 does not divide equally into this number. So here we go. The first thing that we do is we set it up like a multiplication problem. So we go ahead and put a multiplication sign here. That really helps us to use our multiplication knowledge to help us divide, because really division is the opposite of multiplication, or its inverse. So the first thing I do with my students is I break this number up into place value, knowing that this 8 means 8,000, the 3 means 300, the 2 means 20, and the 1 means 1. So the first thing we do is we try to multiply. Is there a number multiplied by 5 that equals 8 or gets close to 8 without going over? It's really important division that you do not go over. So 5 times 0 is 5. We can get closer. 5 times 1 is 5. Can I get closer? 5 times 2 is 10. That's too many. So my missing number or my missing factor here is 1. Why? 5 times 1 equals 5. So I'm going to put this product here of 5 times 1 equals 5. I'm going to put it below the 8. Remembering that this 8 really means 8,000, because 5 times 1,000 equals 5,000. So 5 times 1 equals 5. There is a difference of 3 when I subtract it. This is where the columns method is different than maybe the regular method that moms and dads learned in 4th grade. I'm going to take this 3 and I'm actually going to move it up here and regroup it. In 4th grade, we talk a lot about regrouping, so this builds on that knowledge that your student has. Now I'm going to look at multiplication again in the hundreds place. 5 times what equals 33? Well, we know it won't be exact, so we'll get as close as we can. 5 times 5 is 25. Well, I can get closer. 5 times 6 equals 30. Oh, I don't think I can get any closer than that. So I'm going to go ahead and write the product down, always checking my work as I go along to make sure that it does make sense. 5 times 6 equals 30. So I'm going to put the number 30 here. Looking for the difference, so I subtract 30 from 33. 3 minus 0 is 3, and we know that 3 take away 3 is nothing. I'm going to go ahead and regroup. Remember, I'm moving this 3 over here, so now I have 32. This is what you do in the columns method of division. You regroup. 5 times 6 again, because I can get as close as I can to 32 without getting over. 5 times 6 equals 30. What is the difference between 32 and 30? It is 2. 32 minus 30 equals 2. What am I going to do with this 2? That's right. I'm going to regroup it and attach it to the 1. And I'm going to go over here again and look at multiplication. How close can I get to 21 when I multiply 5 and another number? 5 times 6 is 30. Can't do 6 again. 5 times 4 is 20. That's as close as I can get. So I'm going to take my 20 here, subtract it. What's the difference between 21 and 20? It's a 1. I have no other place to regroup, so that means that this one is my remainder. It's what is left over. At the end of the day, in each of my 5 groups, I am going to have 1,664 Takis to share with 5 people. There will be 1 left over. I can decide whatever I want to do with it. In 4th grade, we leave it as a remainder. In 5th grade, they look at putting this as a decimal. But for 4th grade, I have 1 remaining. In each of my 5 groups, so my 5 students will each eat 1,664 Takis with 1 left over, and someone's probably going to throw up in the trash because that is way too many Takis for 1 student. How will I know that I've learned this and I'm successful? I'll check it with multiplication. I'm going to go ahead and take my quotient, 1,644, and I'm going to multiply it by 5. I'm going to go ahead and use the standard method of multiplication, the one you might be familiar with. If you don't understand how to do this method or you want to learn more ways to multiply, just let me know and I can do another video for you. 5 times 4 equals 20. I am going to regroup my 2 tens. 5 times 6 is 30. Add my 2 for 32. Regroup that 3. 5 times 6 equals 30. Add 3. I get 33. I'm going to regroup that 3 again. And 5 times 1 is 5. Add my 3, and I'm going to get 8,320. But I know that this quotient also had a remainder. So I'm going to add this remainder to this product. 8,320 plus 1 is going to equal 8,321, which was my original 4-digit dividend. So I know that I am successful. I have learned the columns method of division. Hopefully this helps you or helps your student to be more successful as they learn from home on Fridays. Remember to always let me know if there's something I can do to help you or your students with math. I love math. It has always been very confusing and challenging for me, and it's forced me to try to learn things in new ways. And I love this new method that I have learned, the columns method of division. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day. And don't forget, if you eat that many Takis, you might just get sick. Bye.